Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Lori Skinner. I'm with thiscraftersdream.com, and today I'm going to make this beautiful card for my This Crafter's Dream Color Challenge. I might have to rename that because I have the hardest time getting that out in one time. This week's challenge, it is hashtag TCDCC17. This week's colors are Saffron, Just Jade, Magenta Madness, and Misty Moonlight. I am using the beautiful Butterfly Bijou Designer Series paper. You get the background, and I'm trying to find what I did with my paper. Here it is. See these butterflies? This paper and the dies, you get to, isn't this cool? It's one big piece. So with this paper, you take it and you line it up and you run it through your Big Shot, and you get all these little butterflies. Isn't that wonderful? Here's some of the other ones. Isn't that cool? And with this pack of paper, you get a lot of butterflies. I believe you get 8 sheets of each one. Yeah, 8 sheets. So that's a whole lot of butterflies you can cut out. This paper is just so pretty. I've gone through some of it. So there's that. The back side. This one, isn't that really pretty? All the monarch butterflies. We have that one. Pretty rainbow butterflies. And that's pretty too. Little tie-dye effect. And we have this splotchy jade green color. On the back side, you have Misty Moonlight and jade green butterflies. And then this one, it has the butterflies on one side, and it has this, you know, they always put a pattern that I like on both on one sheet, so I have to choose which one. It makes it a little hard, but they're both really, really great papers. So this is, do yourself a favor and get this paper. It's really fun. So like I said, what I did, I used my Big Shot and I cut out all the butterflies from the paper. Super simple. And so today we're going to use, let's see, we'll use this one. We'll use the blue and the green for our card. So as you can see, what I did, I started with a piece of Just Jade cardstock that is 4 1/4 by 11. Don't worry about writing down any of the measurements. I'll have them all written down in the description, so you don't have to worry about trying to figure out what I'm using. So we start out with a card base that's 4 1/4 by 11, and I scored it at 5 1/2. We have another layer of Just Jade that I dry embossed with the brick and mortar. Here it is. The brick and mortar 3D. And this piece is 4 by 5 1/4. The DSP layer is 4 by 2 1/4. And this is just a 1/2 inch by, I believe it's 2 inches. What I do is I just stamp my sentiment, and then I just take my scissors and snip the edges. So it's about 2 inches. So we are going to start out and make this card real quick. Put the butterflies aside. So let's go ahead and dry emboss our folder. So for these big embossing folders, we have to use the regular die cut and embossing machine, Stampin' Cut and embossing machine. It will not, these folders will not fit through the mini. The only folders that will fit through the mini one is the skinny ones. Okay, so we have our platform. We need a number 1 Since this is a 3D embossing folder, there's a special plate that is for the 3D embossing folders. So we take our cardstock and we're going to line it up. This little black line, you can use that for lining up your cardstock to make sure the pattern is straight. Okay, we got that in there. And you want to put the fold at the top. Make sure you can see. See, it needs to go on facing towards the end. Put your plate in here and then crank. These new embossing system is so much easier. It's not as hard to use for me as the Big Shot was. Okay, and there you have. I love this brick. It's nice because some of it's raised and some of it's not, so it gives you a lot of texture. Okay, so we're done with that. Put this away. Okay. Now we have our pieces. This card goes really fast. Where's my bone folder? Oops, I grabbed my, this is the bone folder I use for when I'm re-inking my stamp sets. So it's kind of like yucky looking. Okay, so we are going to glue down our decorative series paper. I'm using just the multi butterflies. And let's see, there's so many colors in this DSP pack. It's amazing. Where is that? Let's see, there is Basic Black, Bermuda Bay, Blushing Bride, Calypso Coral, Just Jade, Magenta Madness, Mango Melody, Mint Macaron, Misty Moonlight, Poppy Parade, So Saffron, and Whisper White. There's a lot of them. So it's a pretty versatile pack since it goes with a lot of different colors. Okay, so we're going to glue this down, slide it over, and I'm using liquid glue because it just helps me get, first of all, it gives you a couple minutes to maneuver if it's not quite to the edge like you wanted it. Gives you a little extra time to move it around. But also, since there is a lot of dimension to this, it helps adhere it a little easier. And let's see, it's about 1 inch up from the bottom. Now we're going to add some dimensionals to the back of the embossed piece. This card was actually, I created it for my thank you cards for the, what month are we in? February orders. It's pretty bad when you got to remember what month this is. Okay, so we're going to put this down. Now, I am going to put this butterfly first. Just add it with a couple dimensionals. Okay, let's see. About there's good. Now, before I place the second butterfly, I'm going to stamp our sentiment. And let's see, we're going to use Magenta Madness. And just to let you know, I'm probably going to have to stamp a couple of these because for some reason I struggle getting this thank you stamp straight. I think it's because my sticker, there you go, I lied. I think my sticker is a little crooked. So sometimes I can't see. Okay, so see, I have my thank you. Just take your scissors and really just snip. It's the easiest way to do it. And then you can look at it and decide if your angles are a little off. You can just trim it up a little more. And sometimes it could end up be like when you were a kid and used to cut I used to cut my Barbie's hair all the time. By the time I was done, she was bald because I couldn't cut straight. So I knew not to be a beautician. Okay, some dimensionals on the sentiment. This is a card that you could easily replicate several at a time. Just have everything embossed and just kind of assembly line it all. Okay, so we have our thank you. Now, for this one, I'm going to add 2 layers. At first, I was putting it down underneath the butterfly, and I didn't like it. So then I added it up, and I like the added dimension to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 2 layers of dimensionals. Add 1, take the backs off, and then add another one. Just give this one a little more altitude. And then you can layer it over the top of the other one. And a fun card. Love it. Okay, so now we are going to add a bow. So this card has a double bow. So all I do is I take my linen thread and I'll just fold it over. I don't cut it off yet. Just tie a bow. Oh. Need a longer tail. And that's why I leave my ribbon on. I found out that I save a lot of ribbon by leaving it on the spool, because I would cut my ribbon too short and decide I wanted a bigger bow and then have to start all over. Okay, so you have your bow. Now what I do, oops, see how my bows are 2 different lengths. So what I do is, let's see, first we cut that loop, make them even. Then I just pull on 2 of the strings on each side. And then, see, now you have a bow that's 2 sizes. Now I'm going to add it with, where's my pick? Take your pick tool, a glue dot. I'm rolling up my glue dot so it's a little bit smaller, since the back of this bow isn't very big. Nothing's worse than sending a card and it's stuck to the inside of the envelope because of your glue dot. Okay, these are a little long. These used to be all nice and twirly. Okay, now we are going to add some of these Just Jade enamel dots. These are from the, let's see, 2022 in color enamel dots. And put one down here. Oh, I'm missing one on it. Looks like one fell off. The other card. One there. Oops. I just popped it off. Here, let me use my fingernail. I have fingernails today. There we go. And see, that was a super fast card, right? And this way you can get a lot of different varieties, since you get, what is it, 5, 6 butterflies out of one sheet? Yeah, 6. That's a lot of butterflies. Okay, so So I hope you enjoyed my card today. If you want to follow along with my color challenges, I host I host them every Monday over on my blog, thiscraftersdream.com. You can get all the information on how to play along. And every Sunday, I will go through the entrance, the cards that people have posted, and I will choose a winner, and whoever wins will get the card that I made that week as a thank you for playing along. So I hope you will play along with me. Thanks. See you next time.